episode number 25 of the Hitters Meetings on Braves Hip Call. I am Ryan, joined with my usual partner in crime, Coach Ken Anderson. Coach, how the heck are you doing on this late night on Tuesday night?
Well, it's Tuesday morning, but it does feel like Tuesday night by now. But I'm doing okay. Me and Ryan have been cracking up. I threw him off anyhow because I've been having fantasy football problems. So I'm ready to talk baseball, even though we had a brutal end to the Mets series. I'm excited to talk about the Pirates, and let's get this thing right tonight on the Andrew Jones of Hip Coils. Ryan, let's go.
It is Andrew Jones's number of the Hip Coils. We are taking on the Pirates in PNC Park this upcoming weekday series. But before we get to that, Ken, we got to review our picks to click and how we did. We split the series against the Mets, unfortunately, 2 heartbreakers back-to-back. But you're going to have to hear about our thoughts on the recap on Hardcore Braves. But Ken, go ahead and give the lovely people the stats on our picks to click from the Mets series.
I will, and he was right. He said 2-2. I thought I was going to nail this when I said 3 out of 4, but we lost 2 tough games. So Austin Riley was Ryan's. It's an interesting stat line. He did end up 3 for 13, 3 walks, a stolen base, 3 runs, and a home run and 3 RBIs. So, I mean, for Austin, I think he's coming. His last at-bat tonight was iffy, but other than that, I think he's pretty good. Michael Harris was 9 for 20. He was mine. 9 for 20, 4 RBIs, home run, 5 runs scored. Michael had a good series. So that was our picks to click.
And to be fair, Chad, if you do recall, I said he wasn't going to go off. I said, but you're going to see signs of life. You're going to see one big hit, which was a 3-run bomb. He's going to have some walks. As Ken said, what'd you say, 3 walks?
Yeah.
3 walks? Scored some runs, stole a base. Look, that's a good series for Austin. That at least gets the train on the right track.
He also got hit by a pitch, too, so he was on base quite a bit, and you exactly said that. For T, he had exactly the series you said he was going to have, and you said it was going to lead to greater things, and I agree with you.
Yep, he was looking a lot better, direction's a lot better, but it's not consistent yet, as in Game 4, he was off again. But hopefully he can bounce back in Pittsburgh tomorrow night. But moving on, let's talk the Pirates, Ken. And, well, we're getting one of the best pitchers in the game. Look, I know he's been down a little bit here lately, but we got Paul Skeens in Game 1. So talk to me a little bit about Mr. Skeens.
Mr. Skeens is very interested. His stuff is some of the best in baseball. He has one of the most electric fastballs. He has really good off speed. The thing that's going on with Paul right now, and I know Ryan will get into it, he's struggling lately. I watched a video with a friend of mine at the stadium yesterday that brought it up. He's having problems driving down the hill right now for some reason, and sometimes that can just be a minor adjustment. Hope he doesn't make that, and hopefully he's not injured or favoring something. But right now he's having a tough time driving down the mound, and that happens to pitchers. So we'll see how Ryan wants to attack him.
Yeah, his fastball velocity has been down quite a bit compared to where it normally is. Last year it was sitting around 98 miles an hour. This year it's down to 97, which you don't think is a lot, but when you average it out, the law of averages, he's not having as many high velocity pitches, and he was down to 94 in his last start against Philly. So let's go into it a little bit. Like I said, Velo's down. Pitching Ninja, to your point, Ken, he posted a video on X about him driving down. He also said that he was separating his hands really early, which he said could also lead to a decrease in velocity. So we'll see what happens there with the mechanical changes. But his pitch mix is a fastball, sweeper, changeup, sinker, split, slider, and curveball. He has a lot of pitches, and a lot of them are really, really good. The changeup and split are 2 different pitches. The changeup averages 87 miles an hour with 17 inches of run. The splitter averages 93 miles an hour with even less spin and less run, which means it has increased drop. So right-handed hitters, you are going to see the 4-seam, sinker, sweeper, and you'll see a little bit of the changeup, slider, and split. Lefties, you're going to see the 4-seam, split, and changeup, sweeper, and a little bit of the sinker. So overall, again, his fastball velo is down. He has a below average induced vertical break as well. He's not getting whiffs on his fastball. His average whiffs on his fastball the last 3 starts are averaging around 4 to 6. That is not good for a pitcher who relies heavily on his fastball to set up the rest of his tunnels. Hitters have been able to pick out his fastball a lot easier, which is making his off speed less effective, which is why the Phillies were able to hang, like an 8 spot on him last time. So there you go on that. He is going to try to pound that 4-seam fastball to the top of the strike zone up against both right-handers and left-handers. That's going to set up all the tunnels off of that. So this is what we are going to... tendencies. I did pick up some tendencies on him. For right-handers, the changeup comes into play in 2 strike counts only. That's the only time he really throws the changeup. Overall, he mixes his pitches pretty well, and you can't lean on any one, but I can at least tell you when the changeup is probably going to come. Lefties, when it's a 2-strike count, you can pretty much hunt the 4-seam fastball and changeup window. That's what he goes to. It's fastball, changeup. He doesn't really mess around with the slider or sweeper in 2-strike counts. So you're going to see those pitches earlier in the count. So, right-handed hitters, our approach, we're going to hunt the fastball and sweeper windows. That is what you're going to mainly see. I think it's like 70% of what he throws to right-handers. The 4-seam fastball, we want to start belt to high thigh in height, the inner third to the outer third part of the plate. Keep his fastball in this window and do not expand. You don't want to expand up, and you do not want to expand down. He is hittable where he pitches if you keep him in that window. So again, if you keep him in that top third of the strike zone with his fastball right now, he doesn't have that good ride right now, so you can get to his fastball. Not to mention, you guys have seen Jacob Misiorowski, who's got the best fastball on the planet, and you've hit that. So, unfortunately for Paul Skeens, it's not as good as Mr. Misiorowski's. The sweeper, you want to start at you to the inside corner, above the zone, to the high thigh. If it starts in the 4-seam window and begins to break in either direction, meaning it breaks into you or it breaks away from you, take it. You want the fastball that is straight, and then the sweeper or slider that hangs. Keep your direction to the big part of the field, and do not expand your window or zones even with 2 strikes, unless you're these 3 guys, Ozzie, Doobie, or Michael, because they have elite bat-to-ball skills. Everybody else, keep your windows in that area, just locked in. Do not expand up, down, east to west, because if you do, it's going to be a really long day against one of the best pitchers in baseball. Lefties. We are going to hunt the 4-seam and changeup and splitter windows. For the 4-seam fastball, you want the ball to start belt to high thigh in height and inner third to outer third. The changeup and split, you want to start in off the plate to the middle part of the plate, belt to high thigh. If the ball starts in the 4-seam window on the outer third and begins to break away from you, take it, because it's going to be either split or the changeup, and it's going to be a ball off the plate. The only breaking balls that you want to swing at are going to be the hangers that are easy to recognize that pop out of the hand. Any other breaking ball that breaks into you until you get to 2 strikes, take it. We're not hunting that stuff right now. Keep your direction to left center field, and do not try to get pull happy or think you need to speed to catch up to the velo. You've seen better velo from Misiorowski, as I've stated, and Skubal. Those are arguably 2 of the better fastballs in the league, and you both handled them well. So see the ball deep into the strike zone and use the big part of the field, and you should have some success. Again, don't expand your zones. Keep your zones up. Get him to get the ball up, and you're going to have a lot of success, I feel like. Ken, that is what I got on Mr. Skeens.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like I said, I haven't got a chance to see what the Ninja said, so I'm glad you looked that up. And probably the part of the thing is we used to tell our pitchers all the time, be in rhythm. We got to be in rhythm like a ballerina. And if he's not driving down the field, the mound like he wants to, his hands are coming out at a different spot. Hopefully he won't figure that out, and we'll get a win in Pittsburgh tonight.
Unfortunately, with it being out there, I'm sure Paul has seen
it. Doesn't mean he's going to figure it out.
That's true. That's true. He is one of the elite athletes in the game of baseball, so unfortunately he probably will figure that out. Yeah. But we have hope. Anyway, moving on to Game 2, Mr. Jared Jones, who has some really good raw stuff, but just hasn't quite figured it out, and he's got the injury bug a little bit. So before I'll let you hop in real quick. He has not gone over 80 pitches since coming off the IL, and he has not made it past the 5th inning yet. And he's had about 5 or 6 starts right now, I do believe. So, Ken, with that being said, what you got on Mr. Jared Jones?
I don't think that will change. He's got an elite fastball and he's got really good off speed when he's well. I don't think that will change because I think Braxton Ashcraft and Bubba Chandler are going to allow Pittsburgh to bring him back slowly. And so the key to him, to me, is to get his pitch count up and get him out as soon as possible. He has really good stuff, but he has been hit. His ERA is up over 5 since coming back. That does not surprise me, the stats you're given, but I'm thinking it's probably because they know Ashcraft and Chandler have been really good for them this year, and they're probably making sure so. He's a good pitcher. He should be their number 2, and he may get traded here if the Pirates fall out of it. He might be the guy that would actually bring them a lot back.
And he has a. So I was looking at his game log. He's had 2 starts where he's given up 5 runs each time. Every other start, it's like 2 or 1. So he can go out there and shove on any given day. I know everybody likes to look at the stat sheet, and everybody's like, well, he's not really been that good. Look at his ERA. Well, the ERA doesn't always tell the full story. He has been good in spots, and he has been not so good in other spots. But when you have an elite fastball with elite whiff rate, you can go out there and shove it up anybody's rear end on any given day, unfortunately. So, with that being said, he has a 4-pitch mix. He's got a 4-seamer that can touch 100 miles an hour on a good day. He's got a slider, he's got a curveball, and he's got a changeup. Right-handed hitters, you are going to primarily see 4-seamers and sliders. Every once in a while, you'll see a curveball and a changeup, but it is 75% 4-seam and slider. Lefties, you are going to see the 4-seam fastball with an even split between his off-speed. You're going to see the split, the changeup, and slider. He'll have a little bit of the curveball in there, but he mixes it up pretty well to the left-handers. Righties, he is slider heavy in 2-ball counts. His changeup usage happens normally in 1-1, 1-2, and 0-2 counts. So keep that in mind, but he is slider heavy in 2-ball counts. Doesn't matter if it's 2-1 or 2-2 or 2-0, it's slider. He likes the slider in those situations. Lefties, he leans on the slider in 1-strike counts. So 0-1, 1-1, 2-1, he's coming at you with a slider more than likely. And all right, right-handers, our approach. We're hunting the 4-seamer and slider windows. For the 4-seam fastball, you want the ball to start belt to high thigh, inner third to the outer third part of the plate. The slider, we want to start at us inside off the plate to the middle part of the plate, starting above the strike zone to the high thigh. You want the ball up. You want to get his heater up even at 99 because it does not have that elite induced vertical break. His slider is very hittable if you get it up in the zone. Do not expand your windows to anything below the high thigh. Keep him up. You're going to have a lot of success if you do that. I know it's hard to get on top of 99 miles an hour, but again, if you are going to attack his fastball down in the zone, he's going to eat you alive with a slider below the zone and the changeup and the curveball, and that's just not going to be fun for you. So get him up in the strike zone. Left-handed hitters, our approach. We're going to hunt the 4-seam and changeup window along with the slider window. We want the ball to start inner third to outer third, belt to mid-thigh. This is for the 4-seam and changeup. Anything that starts any lower than that, take it. The slider, we want to start outside off of the plate to the middle part of the plate, starting above the zone to the belt. Anything that starts farther inside and breaks into you, take it. We're just about eliminating the inside part of the plate, and we're going to be looking to get something away from us to drive to left center field. That is what we want as a left-handed hitter. Again, for both guys, don't expand low. Keep the ball up. Keep your direction going to the big part of the field. And again, you should have a lot of success because if you're keeping him in your windows, you're going to be making him throw pitches. And if you're doing that, you're going to get him out of the game sooner and you're going to get into that bullpen. So that is what I got on Mr. Jones. Ken, do you have anything else?
We'll use his part here for this part. The Pirates have been in a lot of shootouts lately. A lot of games have been high scoring. So we got to get into their bullpen. Jared is the one that we definitely can get in their bullpen because it looks like they're having on a pitch count. Get his pitch count up, like Ryan said. Keep the ball up here. Don't let it get low. And let's get into that middle of that Pirates bullpen because right now they are taxed in Pittsburgh.
Unfortunately, we know that feeling all too well right now. All right. Game 3 On the final game of the series, we are facing Mitch Keller. Ken, what can you tell me about old Mitch?
He's one of my favorites. We talked about him, and he is. Braves fans have been wanting him forever. He throws the kitchen sink, and he throws it all very well. And you don't know what pitch is really coming, and he really kind of throws out of the same spot. That's what makes him difficult. It's the same thing. Get the ball up and drive him middle backside. We said the same thing. We had a tough time the last time we faced him doing it the first few innings, but once we zoned into doing that, we hit him. So that's what we need to do. Watch that end of the game and take it from the first inning on.
100%. I was expecting his numbers to actually be good against us. I looked them up. They were not very good. He does not do well against the Braves. He has not had a good season. Even his underlying metrics are really bad, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with Mitch Keller at the deadline if they want to keep him. I don't think his stock is very high, but you never know with the Pirates and what they can finagle. So his pitch mix, he's got a four-seamer, he's got the sinker, he's got a sweeper, he's got a changeup, slider, curveball, cutter. He has a lot. Lefties, you are going to see the kitchen sink thrown at you this game. Righties, you're going to see the four-seam, sweeper, and sinker. He throws a slider about 10% of the time, so, it's going to be there, but again, it's not one of the main pitches you're going to see. All right, he excels at throwing his various fastballs and breaking balls from the similar release points and creating deception at his pitches, breaking in opposite directions. So that seems about right. You got the sinker going this way. You got the four-seam riding true. You're going to have the sweeper slider breaking away. You got the cutter that's breaking away as well. So he creates a lot of different tunnels. And, of course, you got the curveball and changeup going straight down. So lefties, our approach is going to be to hunt the fastball changeup window. You want the ball to start belt to high thigh from the inner third to the outer third. You need to think left center field. The only sweepers and sliders we want to swing at are going to be the hangers that pop out of the hand. They're going to start in the right-handed hitter's batter's box and drop to the top part of the zone over the middle part of the plate. Anything that breaks into you that starts in the zone, take it. It's probably going to be a ball. But the hangers you can do damage on. So just because they start way up out of the zone doesn't mean you want to take them necessarily. Make sure you're seeing it deep into the strike zone. And again, keeping your direction to the big part of the field. If you do that, you're going to have a lot of success. Righties, you got to hunt the four-seam fastball and the sinker. You want the ball to start inner third to outer third and belt to mid-thigh. The only sweeper you should even consider swinging at is going to start behind you or at you. And if it needs to start at above the zone or at the belt, you really need to think about keeping your body into your direction going into the big part of the field. So right center field to left center field. And again, don't expand your zone. Keep the ball up in the strike zone. The sweeper, you want it to hang because if it starts even on the inside corner, it's probably going to sweep away off the plate. So make sure you're really locking that into your zone. Austin Riley, you've been doing a better job. I'll give you your credit here, but it's not as good as it needs to be. So keep your direction to right center field. See the sweeper start at you. If it starts there and it breaks over the plate, then you can do some damage. But if it starts in the zone, breaks away, take it. It's not going to be a strike. That is what I got on Mr. Mitch Keller. Ken, do you have anything else before we get into their bullpen?
Real quick, watching the Phillies today, Jock Caglione is batting .600 in his lifetime against Christopher Sanchez, which makes no sense. But one thing that Ben McDonald, their analyst, said was he must pick it out of his hand well. So whatever the Braves have been doing with Keller, that tunneling he tries to do, stay on it and hit the ball, and we should be fine.
Yep. Last thing I will add on Mitch Keller, you can't cover everything. It's just too many pitches. Select the window that you want to hunt. It would be the two pitches that you're going to see most as either a righty or lefty. Hunt it and make sure it's in that window. If it's not, take it because you're not going to have a shot to hit it anyway if it's not in those windows. So, and moving on to the bullpen, they got two lefties. Again, we said this last time we faced the Pirates. There was really no right-handed pitchers that were really great or elite out of their bullpen. The two are lefties. And one of them Mr. Gregory Soto, the old Philadelphia Philly. What you got on Mr. Soto?
We said keep him out of the game, and we did last series, but he'll probably pitch this series. So Mr. Soto's an interesting guy. He throws really hard. He has two good off-speed pitches, but the problem is he has a tough time throwing strikes with those off-speed pitches. So for me, Ryan, you can correct me. I'm going to sit hard the whole time until I see two strikes. I'm sitting hard, fastball, sinker, and then if I see anything come spinning, unless it, like you said, pops out and I got time to hit it, I'm letting it go to two strikes. That's what I would do with Soto.
Yeah, there's really no need. I mean, most of these relievers, you guys will come to find out that they're only going to have they're going to have a two-pitch mix, and you can you can sit on one of the two pitches. So for Mr. Soto, he does have more than two pitches. He has the sinker, he has the sweeper, and he's got the four-seamer, and he's got a slider. But I mean, two of them tunnel in the same pattern. So you got your sweeper and slider that go this way. You got your sinker that goes this way, and the four-seamer that goes this way. So, I mean, two pitches will tunnel in the same direction for the most part. Both righties and lefties will see pretty even splits between his pitches. He has had control issues, so make sure he is in the zone. I don't think that's any secret. He's had control issues going all the way back to his Detroit Tiger days, if y'all remember even that far back. He was a Tiger. God, that's a long time ago, Ken. Holy crap. Right-handed hitters, our approach, we're going to hunt the sinker and fastball. You want it to start at the belt to the high thigh, inner third to outer third part of the plate. The only breaking balls you want to swing at are going to be the hangers. It's going to pop out of the zone. It's going to start away off the plate, and it'll break back into the middle part of the plate. That's the one that you can do damage on. Lefties, same thing. Hunting the heater and the sinker. You want the ball to start belt to high thigh, inner third to outer third part of the plate. If the ball starts in the zone and breaks away, take it. It's going to be a ball. The breaking ball will start at you. It's going to pop out of the pitcher's hand, starting at you. It'll break over the middle of the plate. You can get the barrel out in front, and you can do some damage. There really is no need to hunt the sweeper or slider early in the count. Stay on the 99-mile-an-hour cheese. If you see it starting in the zone, breaking away, just auto take it. It's that simple, in my opinion. So, Ken, that is what I got on Mr. Soto. Do you have anything else?
No, that's spot on. Good job.
All right, moving on to the funky lefty, Evan Sisk. We actually kind of nailed this guy last time, Ken. So inform the people on Mr. Sisk a little bit.
They really listened to us on this guy. Michael Harris the most. His first at bat against him on Friday, we said anything going away, just hit him middle backside and drive it that way. And Michael did for a nice single right over the shortstop's head. And on Sunday, he adjusted by throwing the sinker outside, and we said that would happen, and he did. And Michael hit a rope double off the wall. So pinch hit appearance, I believe, too. I think they pinch hit and brought Sisk in. So that's what we do, boys. And you did a good job last series. Let's do a good job this series.
All right, let's review the man's pitch mix. Again, relievers don't have a deep repertoire, but he's got a sinker, he's got a fastball, he has a changeup, curve, and sweeper. So he does have a little bit more of a pitch mix, but again, he doesn't really use some of it a whole lot. His main pitches are going to be the sinker and curveball, and then you got the other pitches that kind of supplement when he needs them. Right-handed hitters, he likes to throw the curveballs when he is behind the count, and the change-ups and 0-2 and 1-2 counts. So those are his tendencies there. Lefties, he gets very sinker-reliant when he is behind in the count to you guys. He throws from the side and creates really good deception. All pitches look pretty similar out of the hand. Righties, you will see the sinker, curveball, and changeup. Lefties, you will primarily see sinkers and sweepers. So the right-handed approach, hunt the sinker and curveball windows. You want the ball to start belly button high to high thigh, inner third to the outer third part of the plate. Do not expand your window. For the curveball, again, you really want to start above the zone, outside off of the plate, coming into you. I would maybe expand it to starting on the outside corner, but again, you want it above the strike zone. Even the top of the zone, I probably wouldn't even really consider it, and it'll break back down into the middle part of the plate where you can do damage. Lefties, hunt the sinker. You want the ball to start on the outside corner to the middle part of the plate, belly button to belt high. If it starts to break away in that window, take it. The only sweeper you want to swing at, It's going to be just like what Michael did. It's going to start at you. It's going to break over the middle part of the plate. It's going to start above the strike zone. It's going to fall right into that happy zone where you can get the bat head out and do some damage on it. That's the only one you want to swing at. If it starts in the zone and breaks away, there's no need to swing at it. So, Ken, that is what I have on Mr. Evan Sisk. Do you have anything else?
No, you were spot on last time. You're spot on now. Let's go hit him. We will definitely get him in this series. He's got one of those rubber arms. He can pitch a lot.
All right. So, with that being said, Ken, we got 3 games. We're facing 2 of their big dogs in the rotation. Look, I know Jared Jones and Paul Skeens are a little bit down right now. Doesn't mean they cannot figure it out and shove it up their rear ends for 6 or 7 innings. Keep that in mind. So, what do you got us doing this series? Do we win? Do we lose? What do we do?
Yeah, we're probably in Pittsburgh's eyes, we're looking at their 1, 2, 3, though me and you like Ashcraft and Chandler a lot. With that said, though, we're going Waldrop, Holmes, Elder. So far, that's what we think we're going. I really worry about Hurston pitching against Skeens getting too excited, and hopefully he'll won't. I'm giving along a lot of injustice that we may lose a series, but the fact of the matter is I think we're going to win 2 out of 3. I think there's spots to do that. I do think we can get in the middle of the bullpen on Jones's start and beat them. And I like us Thursday against Keller, and who knows, we may beat Skeens. So I'll go 2 out of 3.
I like the way you think, buddy. Now, look, I'm going to give you chat. I'm going to give you the rundown. Skeens, he's going to figure something out more than likely. Whether I'm not going to tell you any adjustments that I would make if I'm Skeens. Skeens can figure that out for himself and not listen to this podcast, okay? So if Skeens makes 1 or 2 adjustments, he's going to be back and he's going to be nasty to hit. If he doesn't, we have a really good chance to hit him and do some damage against him. So game 1's a flip of the coin. Game 2, I'm always worried about Grant, but Jared Jones has not been great either. And I think his pitch mix plays really well to our lineup. So I like that. So again, flip of the coin. And then we go on to Game 3. We have no idea what we're getting from Big Texas right now, unfortunately. What does his arm look like? Is it healthy? How's the sinker coming out of the hand? How's the cutter coming out of the hand? We're going to see. We don't know. I don't think Big Texas knows either. So... And Mitch Keller's not been great against us. So, again, Game 3, flip of the coin. I know you can say that about every game, but normally you can kind of get a sense one way or the other in the series. I don't know. So, I'm going to go with 2 out of 3. I feel like we finally get back on track. We get a little momentum before we head, I think, to St. Louis before the All-Star break? So, I think we get a little bit of momentum rolling into St. Louis. I like the way the guys are swinging the bats. I just wish it was consistent through 9 freaking innings, guys. There's no need to be really good in the beginning, really good at the end, and just nothing in between. We got to fix that. If we do that, you guys can be right back on track. So, we're swinging the bats better. The bullpen's still been pretty good. I know we had the hiccup. I get it. I understand it. But overall, they've been really, really good. I still trust those guys, so I'm going 2 out of 3. Ken, who's going to be your pick to click?
We'll talk about it in the series preview. This is a tough series. We're going to have to hit the baseball. They're one of the best hitting teams in baseball. Only 2 guys under 714 league average in OPS. That's how good they are. So we're going to have to hit it, and I think we will, to Ryan's point. And I think Ryan's gave a great synopsis of how to do that. And I think the guy who listens the best will be our pick to clip, Drake Baldwin. Drake Baldwin is ready to bust out and have a big series. So I'll go Drake Baldwin, pick to clip.
Drake's always a good pick. But you know, Ken, we're going to do it again.
Michael Harris.
We're going to do it again. Austin Riley. He's going to build on it. I like the matchup against Skeens, especially against the fastball. He's fastball heavy. Riley likes the fastball. And I think he's starting to get his direction going to right center field. Again, he's going to see Jared Jones, fastball heavy, slider heavy. When Riley's going to that right center gap, that plays really well to him. Keller might give him the most fits just because he can mix it up a little bit. But I think Austin Riley actually breaks out this series. I think he goes probably, I'll say this. I think he'll go like 4 for 12, 4 for 14, something like that, but he's going to have a couple big knocks, some walks again. He's going to have at least one bomb. He's going to drive in 3 to 5 RBIs. He's going to draw a few walks. He's going to have a really nice series. That is what I'm going with. I'm speaking it into existence, Big Thick. Let's go. This team needs you. That's what I'm rolling with. Big Thick Austin Riley. Braves win 2 out of 3. We roll into St. Louis right before the break. Ken, do you have anything else to tell the beautiful people before we get out of here?
No, I like the way we're swinging it. I know we wish we'd have won 3 out of 4 from the Mets. Really, we should have swept them, but we'll get out of there, and we get to play those guys 6 more times. So we'll hammer them later on this year.
That's right. And with that being said, I do want to say one more thing. It is unfortunate that we lost one of our a really good Braves Twitter handler at 3x5, Miss Megan. She unfortunately lost the battle to stage 4 cancer. So my thoughts and prayers go out to her friends and families. I'm sure y'all have seen it by now, but she made a pretty big impact on a lot of people on social media. There's a lot of positivity about her presence on there. So when you guys are sitting next to your loved ones, make sure that you tell them you love them. And if you have something that you think is wrong and that you're not feeling well, go to the doctor and get it checked out, because you don't know. Life, again, can change at the blink of an eye, and we don't ever get a warning, and it just happens. So just wanted to leave with that. So thoughts with her friends and family right now, and thankfully she's resting in peace now and is in no more pain. That's the only positive that we can really take from it. But someone much too young gone too soon. So with that being said, Braves go win the daggum World Series for her this year, and probably because we're not going to have baseball in 2027. So we get to celebrate for an entire 2 years. So with that, guys, we're out of here. See you guys on the next one. Peace.
You know what, boys? You guys are going to be world champions for the rest of your life.